Welcome to Now Daily. I'm Robert Crawford. Today's story is about $6.5 trillion that were reported missing from the Defense Budget Army Register. This is by the Inspector General. Let's take a second here and look at this. Originally, I first saw it on the freethoughtproject.com. They had an article. I read a lot of articles from this website, but I don't trust them fully, so I click on all the links that they link to, and there you go. Office of the Inspector General came out with a report on the 26th of July, and their findings basically on here said that they did not adequately support $2.8 trillion in the third quarter of adjustments, equaling $6.5 trillion in year-end JV adjustments. So what does this mean? Let's go back to this article. Very interesting audit report. This is basically an audit done on the Army General Fund, that's referred to as the AGF, and the Office of the Assistant Secretary of the Army was really the main portion of this. So it's very interesting finding $6.5 trillion. Can we even imagine that amount of money just lost out of nowhere? They have no idea where it went. Okay, so a new Department of Defense Inspector General's report released last week has left Americans stunned. The report revealed the Pentagon couldn't account for $6.5 trillion worth of Army General Fund transactions and data. The Pentagon, which has been notoriously lax in its accounting practices, has never completed a complete audit on the defense spending. Beginning in 1996, all federal agencies were mandated by law to conduct regular financial audits. However, the Pentagon has never, ever since 1996, complied with that federal law. In 20 years, it has never accounted for trillions of dollars in taxpayer funds it has spent, in part because fudging the numbers has become standard operating procedure with the Department of Defense, which was revealed in a 2013 Reuters investigation by Scott Poltrow. Very interesting article. So we know for a fact that the day before September 11th, 2001, on September 10th, Donald Rumsfeld came out and basically told us all that there was $2.1 trillion missing. And what happened the very next day? The accounting offices of the Pentagon got blown up, and also the accounting offices that were based in New York and Building 7 of the World Trade Center also got blown up. That entire building was demolished and no plane hit it. So very interesting that happened. Now it's coming out that $6.5 billion, let's go back to this report over here, $6.5 billion, according to the Office of Inspector General, $6.5 trillion. Basically, they removed at least 16,513 of 1.3 million records during the third quarter of fiscal year 2015. So why are they removing records? Why is no one going to jail for removing records? And where the hell is this money going? Because it's not like, a few $1,000s or even a few million or even $100 million or $1 billion went missing. We're now talking about trillions of dollars, 6.3 trillions of dollars. So where's it going? I mean, these wars obviously are probably getting a piece of it, but honestly, from our research that I've been doing on my end, reading a lot of books by Jim Marrs and other people, going and then looking at Gaia's disclosure channel. If you go to Gaia.com, Gaia, David Wilcox has been doing a disclosure series, and in there they talk about the deep space program and how a lot of this money could be potentially been funding. They basically have this black hole, black ops that all this money is going to. And this funds CIA operations and is funding a secret space program according to a number of whistleblowers. And they keep coming out with more and more facts. If you watch David Wilcox's series, they do have a number of documents, a number of very credible people that are saying that this is really going on. At first I said, okay, maybe it's happening, maybe it's not, I don't know. But then reading reports about $6.3 trillion missing. This is what they're admitting right here. Office of Inspector General, United States Department of Defense. They don't know where this money's going to. They don't know if it's just misuse, if it's just overspending. They have no idea because they literally removed 16,513 records. Think about that. If me as an individual did my tax returns and I forgot to mention 16,000, even 16 transactions that I did of paying individuals or receiving money, I would probably end up either with a giant penalty from the IRS or I would end up in jail. Yet the top levels of our government, including the Federal Reserve, which has never been audited fully, and they still fight for that audit. And now you have candidates like Trump and Gary Johnson coming out saying that they would love to audit the Fed, but if they did, it would probably be disastrous for the American population. I mean, where is this money going, and why are we still allowing it to happen? It's just amazing. And now we're seeing Clinton basically steal this election right now. Who knows what's going to happen in the next few months. This is just a very interesting article. I've linked to it down below. I think everyone should at least read it. And let's ask, where the hell is this money going? Where is 6.3 trillion? That doesn't even make sense. Like, that's such an astronomical amount. It's got to be going to something that we're totally not aware of. Because, for example, they bought up billions of rounds of ammunition last year. Even if they spent $500 billion on ammunition and weapons, 6.3 trillion is just ridiculous. 6.3 trillion is 1/3 of the entire national debt. So who knows where this money's going? Really amazing that we're allowing our politicians to get away with it. I mean, at this point, I think we might as well get rid of the whole government system and we'd be better off than what we have right now. Let me know, where do you think this money is going? What do you think is really going on? Comment below. I'm Robert Crawford. This is Now Daily. Learn more at nowdaily.com.